LG, you going crazy.
Tonight we going live, tonight we going live, tonight we going live with broken tradition. Tonight we going live, tonight we going live, tonight we going live with broken tradition. Tonight we going live, tonight we going live, tonight we going live with broken tradition. Tonight we going live, tonight we going live, tonight we going live with broken tradition. Tonight we going live, tonight we going live, tonight we going live with broken tradition. Tonight we going live, tonight we going live, tonight we going live with broken tradition. Tonight we going live, tonight we going live, tonight we going live with broken tradition. Tonight we going live, tonight we going live, tonight we going live with broken tradition. Tonight we going live, tonight we going live, tonight we going live with broken tradition. Tonight we going live, tonight we going live, tonight we going live with broken tradition. Tonight we going live, tonight we going live, tonight we going live with broken tradition. Tonight we going live, tonight we going live, tonight we going live with broken tradition. Tonight we going live, tonight we going live, tonight we going live with broken tradition. Tonight we going live, tonight we going live, tonight we going live with broken tradition. Tonight we going live, tonight we going live, tonight we going live with broken tradition. Tonight we going live, tonight we going live, tonight we going live with broken tradition. Tonight we going live, tonight we going live, tonight we going live with broken tradition. Tonight we going live.
There we go. My bad. Yo. What's good with everybody? What's going on? Welcome to the live stream with Broken Traditions, the Broken Traditions podcast with your boy Leron, aka Big Ellie. Hold on now.
They call me Big Ellie.
Yes, let's do the favorite drop. You know, people been hitting me up about the Big Ellie drop. Like, what is going on with the Big Ellie drop? You know, it's a number of things. So, you know, Big Ellie, that's what we're going by. Hold on, do it again.
They call me Big Ellie.
Yeah, so first and foremost, man, before we get to the shout outs, make sure you guys hit the like button. You know how the algorithm works. You're watching this live stream, you're watching the replay either on YouTube, Spotify, Rumble. We're going back to Rumble. So you're watching this on Rumble as well. Make sure you hit the like button. Hit the like button real quick. So that's my man right here hitting the like button furiously at the Toyota Corolla that he's mad about for whatever reason. So who we have in the chat so far? We got Drew Titans in the chat. He said, hold on, so I can pull that up. There we go. I gotta watch this film. Drew, hopefully I do not ruin this for you. We got Kofa. I know Kofa's in the he's in his class right now, but he's ear hustling. Salute. Big brother Mike, Unstructured Thoughts. He said, I'm here. You may entertain me now. Mike has bad knees. Salute to Mike has bad knees. And of course, Mama Lex. No one calls you Big Ellie. Yes, let's go back to it again.
They call me Big Ellie.
Yeah, see, the drop don't lie. So the drop does not lie. So yes, let's get started. Hold on. So tonight's live stream, right? There we go. Tonight's live stream and tonight's replay, if you're watching the replay, we're going to talk about the movie Highest to Lowest with Denzel Washington, directed by Spike Lee. Now, if you have seen it, right, let me know in the comments you've seen it. I got a poll up about Mike, it's gonna stick. Don't worry about it. It's gonna stick. One more time.
They call me Big Ellie.
Yeah, so if you let me know in the comments if you have seen Highest to Lowest, right? If you've seen this movie, it was in theaters, it was selected theaters. Myself and Mama Lex, we went to go see it in the theaters, and I guess quick story time. The theater we went to, I was not pleased with the theater, right? It wasn't our usual theater. They didn't have popcorn refills. When they gave us popcorn, it was oily as hell. Like, our fingers, it was bad. It was super bad. We had to get a redo on the popcorn, and the popcorn by itself wasn't seasoned enough, but the popcorn with the oil on it was too oily. It was no middle ground. So we was upset about that. The seats were all tearing up and ripping up. I'm like, what's going on? So that was bad. Then You had to press a button to get somebody to come to take your order. It was a bad experience. It's a bad experience. And yes, it is streaming already, right? So it was in theaters for a couple of weeks. It came out on the 15th in theaters, and I think it was now streaming on Apple Plus TV. And I want to say September 2nd or something like that. So it already started streaming, right? And one thing too, so shout out to Mike Has Bad Knees. He says it in the chat. I think it's streaming. I think it's already streaming. It is streaming already. And I wanted to grab screenshots of each clip of what I want to speak about. Unfortunately, your boy is a play by the rule type of person. And unfortunately, I play by the rules, and I have Apple Plus as official, as official account. So I have Apple Plus TV as official account, and I can't screen record Apple Plus TV because they have blockers. You can't even take a picture of the film that you're watching on Apple TV with Apple products. I have iPhones, MacBook, Apple TV downstairs. I can't screen record it. So I'm gonna have to just tell you guys about the scenes, and hopefully the scenes won't be ruined if you haven't seen the movie yet, if you're looking to see the movie. And also, if you want to see the movie, like my brother said right here, that there's a Spike Lee joint. Listen, this is a Spike Lee movie. Not sure how much you guys realize a Spike Lee movie have these Spike Lee inserts in it, or these Spike Lee signature patterns in it. A lot of people like them, some people don't. It's like Quentin Tarantino. Like, certain people have their own spin on what they like when it comes to, creating a movie, right? So Spike Lee has certain things in it. I might talk about it at the end of the live stream. I don't want to, bog down the Spike Lee-isms about this movie, right? But the movie Highest to Lowest is starring Denzel Washington, and that's part of the reason why we went to go to see it in theaters, because it was Mama Leg's birthday weekend, and she liked Denzel Washington. So it's Denzel Washington, and Denzel Washington is a music executive, right? So it's kind of like a Puff Daddy type of person, or maybe a Quincy Jones type of person, like a music executive. And he living a good life in a city, in New York City, and his son get kidnapped, right? Son get kidnapped, but they kidnapped the wrong person. And now Denzel Washington had to, pay the ransom, which he agreed to pay because he thought it was his son. Once he realized it wasn't his son, he didn't want to pay the ransom. What's going on, Blaze? I'm not gonna try to spoil the movie too much, but I'm gonna just give you the guys that background is going on. Let me see what Blaze said, 'cause I know Blaze always got something good. He said, playing by the rules, but call his platform broken traditions. We're not falling for the tell I don't know. I'm not good at stealing streaming. I'm not good at that. I'm not good at having Fire Sticks. I'm not good at that that approach. I always just pay for the service, and yeah, Puffy-esque. Puffy adjacent, Lex. I compared to Puffy adjacent, right? So that's the gist of the movie, right? So I want to use some of the things that was in the movie to talk about, like, our overconsumption with cell phones, right? Because that's the direction that we're going with Broken Traditions. We talk about the overconsumption of cell phones, and I want to use parts of the movie to kind of amplify that, because I think Spike Lee was going in that direction, how the cell phone overconsumption is the reason why they're in the situation that they were in the movie, right? And I'm gonna pull up different scenes. Like I said, I don't have no screenshots. It's gonna just be me and you. I'm talking to you guys directly. I don't have no things to go back and forth with the clips or whatever. So just gonna be a conversation, and hopefully I could package it right and it lands well. You understand what I'm talking about, because I have to, verbally describe everything that's going on, right? So first scene I want to talk about is the scene with Denzel Washington and his son, right? So Denzel Washington character name is David King, and he's in the truck with his son, Trey. So Trey is going to basketball practice, and Denzel is taking him to basketball practice. And, well, David is taking him to basketball practice, and he's on the phone, right? So Trey is on the phone, and Denzel is looking at him talking to his son, but his son can't put the phone down. So he's constantly on the phone, and he make a bet. He says, yo, I bet you, any amount of money that you can't put your phone down for 5 minutes. And Trey's basically like, yeah, I'll take that bet if I had the money to bet with you. And in midst of the conversation, he picks his phone up and start going back on his phone again. And Denzel asks him, like, yo, why are you on your phone so much? He was like, I have to get my followers up. And he's like, your followers? Yeah, you know, I'm playing basketball. I gotta have this image online to prove that, you know, he's a good basketball player. And he's like, so Denzel didn't understand, or David didn't understand that. And, you know, Trey just could not put down his phone. He couldn't put down his phone. And, you know, Denzel gave him a breakdown, like, how long you on your phone? Trey said, I'm on my phone for 5 hours, right? I'm on the phone for 5 hours. He said, damn, you on the phone for 5 hours? You sleep for 10 hours? You know, you in school for this amount of hours? Like, that's taking up a big chunk of your day. And, you know, going back to my book, the digital release, which let me put that in the comments real quick so you guys can download if you want to. The digital release, we talk about how the average person check their phone 96 times a day. That's once every 10 minutes. So this man is talking about how he spends 5 hours on his phone. 5 hours on his phone. And that's a lot of time. And he's doing it to build up his followers to prove that he could play basketball. Not to say that, hey, I could play basketball and the scouts would see me. Let me build up my followers and have my social media impact to play basketball. And I don't think he was that good. He didn't look that good in the movie. Just a little bit I seen. I'm not, you know, I guess that wasn't part of the movie, but he didn't seem like he was good enough to even, you know, play Division I. Maybe go to a JUCO, in my opinion, right? So seeing that, and I'm like, wow, this man really couldn't put the phone down. And Denzel tried to give him stats and stuff like that, but he just couldn't put the phone down. And that's why, like I said, going back to the book, the digital release, you know, the day one, we like to track how many hours do you spend on the phone. We like to track that because once you have awareness of how much time you spend on the phone, you more consciously on what you're doing on the phone. So that was one part, right? See, I'm on the phone right now. Listen, we doing good, Mike. Don't worry about it. This is not real on phone-age, right? This is just a conversation between you and I. That's all this is. It's a conversation between you and I, right? So, also, that scene when Trey was taking a picture of himself, right? He took a picture of himself and let him upload his content for his followers. He had a picture of him with a headband on. And Trey got kidnapped. Well, Trey was supposed to get kidnapped. And the identifier for the kidnapper was to find out who the person is the headband that he had on. But now Trey gave his headband to his friend during practice. And when they went out, they kidnapped the wrong person. So that's going to be two stories within this, right? So you posting, letting people know that you go into practice, you have on a headband. So people know the identifier with you with this headband on. Now, somebody wants to out to get you. They know that you're at practice. They know where you're going. They know your moves. And they know identified to know who you are in case we need to send a kidnapper to you, right? So they kidnap the wrong person. They kidnap, oh my God, what's my man's name? I can't think of his name right now, but they kidnapped his son, which was Denzel Washington's best friend and also his worker. So they kidnapped his son by mistake. And now that identifier was the reason, like, damn. I just saw Mike's comment kind of threw me off a bit. But yeah, so that moment right there, when they kidnapped his son, David was ready to pay a ransom to get his son back. But once his son Trey came home, he was like, all right, I don't know if I want to pay this ransom anymore because this is not my child. He had to pay $17.5 million. Now he don't know if he wants to pay the $17.5 million because it's not his child. And now the twofold about this scenario with the kidnapping and also him not wanting to pay it, David realized, if I was to not pay this ransom, how long would the backlash goes of people being upset with me? And he knows that we don't really hold on to being upset about certain things no more. Instead, what we do is we just be upset about something for a few days, and just like that, we over it. And the case in point of us being upset about something and not caring about it no more, I always go back to this, is that American Eagle controversy, when that white girl had the ad saying, I got good genes, and people were upset about it for like maybe 20 hours. But it was just something that people were upset about, and they're already on to the next thing. And David Kane kind of calculated like, hey, if I don't do this, I could easily just say, hey, there's something I didn't do. Y'all gonna be mad about it, but by 48 hours, y'all gonna be on to the next thing. And that's like the two lessons in that one scene I want to talk about. Oh, well, my bad. It's gonna be spoilers all day. So it's gonna be spoilers all day. But I want to go back to this comment real quick that Mike said. He said, but that's a real thing. They tell kids with any athletic talent, they gotta get their followers up for the NIL deals. I was gonna say a person name, but I'm gonna leave it out of it. But so Denzel had a moment of saying, or David, excuse me, I'm gonna keep calling Denzel David. David had a moment of saying, I don't really have to pay this because this is not going to affect my bottom line in the long run. It's only going to affect my bottom line short term, because he know that people's on to the next thing. And I want to take this quote from this book, Contagious. Online outrage spikes quickly, but attention collapses just as fast. The half-life of a scandal is often less than 48 hours. People really don't care that long. We really don't care that long. And for what I understand, the overconsumption of cell phones, the overconsumption of social media, the overconsumption of just digital devices, and the rapid information that's coming into our eyesights, into our brains, of all our processes, and how we not used to processing stuff this fast, we're now at a space where our attention span is really short. And there were studies saying that our attention span is literally less than a goldfish. That used to be the joke, that, hey, you got the attention span of a goldfish. Now we have attention span less than the goldfish. And the crazy part about it, now the goldfish can tell their kids, hey, you got the attention spans of the people. That's how bad it is. I don't think goldfish are talking to each other like that, but that's how bad it is. And it's just crazy. It's crazy. And I want to go to this comment right here from Mike Has Bad Needs. He says Sanders. So I guess you're saying any one of the Sanders, right? Shiloh, anyone but not Dion. So Shiloh, Shador, who else is the Sanders that made it? I think it's only those two. But yeah, how they got NIL deals and the talent wasn't really warranted as far as like NFL level talent, like NFL first round draft pick talent. It wasn't there. Like, not to say that they don't need to be in the NFL, but the talent is not like, all right, you're this great standout athlete. It's your social media presence that is making you more money because of who you are. And another person I would say falls in that category is Angel Reese. That's what I was thinking about. Angel Reese is a person who, you know, her skill set is not as high as the demand for her social media presence, in my opinion. But she understands the game where, let me just be more into the social media presence and make my money here, as opposed to, you know, being more about the basketball. Even though she is about the basketball because she has improved, but she understands the game where, you know, she can make a lot more money. So we got those two scenarios, right? So now this scene right here, it's the part I really wanted to clip, because I called Kofa after watching this movie. I was pissed off. I told Lex in real time watching this movie how I was pissed off about the scene, because Spike Lee going to be doing his little sprinkle of Spike Lee sauce, pause, all over the movie, right? And it was a scene where Trey, which is a high school student, like 11th grade high school student, high school male 11th grade basketball player, who's the son of a music executive who's living in this probably, you know, 9 to 10 figure penthouse in Manhattan overlooking the Brooklyn Bridge. How this person, right, that person that caricature that we just broke down had a poster of Kamala Harris in his bedroom. That pissed me off, but that's a whole nother story for another day. So now, when Trey was in his room in this scene, he was speaking to his father, David, about the online shaming that he was facing because what his father may or may not pay his ransom. And Trey was having a whole breakdown. He was having a whole breakdown. He was spiraling out of control and telling his father that you need to pay this ransom. His father was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do, because $17.5 million is a lot of money. But he was basically telling his father, you got to pay this ransom because of what's going on social media. And he's having this breakdown. This young man, 11th grade, is having this breakdown, talking about if this don't go the real situation, or this don't go the way that social media wanted to go, if this don't go the way that social media wants it to go, I'm gonna have to move schools. I'm gonna have to quit playing basketball. I might not get into college. You telling me if your dad does not pay a ransom, you're not getting into college? You got to change schools? You can't play a sport anymore? Because how this could play out? But that's what happened when these young kids live on social media. Social media become their whole life. And he's ready to abandon his dreams all because of online opinions. And adolescents who spend more than 3 hours a day on social media are twice as likely to experience depression and anxiety. And that's from the National Institution of Mental Health. That is a dangerous call out when it comes to the cell phone overconsumption. This man is having a whole breakdown saying that, look what they're saying about me on social media. Look what they're saying about you on social media. Look what Black Twitter is saying. That was his exact quote. Look, Black Twitter, these sites, these blogs are saying all these things about, if my dad don't do this one thing. Your dad is an accomplished man who got you in a position to do whatever you want to do in life. But now you more tied into what social media is saying. And like your dad said a few scenes ago in the movie, nobody not gonna care about this in 2 weeks if it goes one way or the other. Right? Now, if you guys don't want spoiler alerts, I would say log off this live stream right now, because I'm gonna give you the end of the movie and why this part of the movie is very important, right? So I'll give you guys that warning. Log off right now if you don't want the spoiler alert of what happened and how this all went down, right? I gave parts of the movie. To me, it wasn't spoilers, but Lamont in my comments said nothing but spoilers, right? I'm waiting for the part that's not a spoiler. That's what he said right here, And plus with streaming, I figured you have enough time to see it, right? It's been streaming for a couple of weeks now. And I will get to this comment right here, why you taking the time to log off, so I won't spoil the movie, the video for you, or the movie for you. No real person has a poster of Kamala Harris. BT bomb for Mike has bad knees. I was really disgusted, and the crazy part about it, when I was disgusted about it, right? Kofa sent me people start showing screenshots and taking pictures of the movie of this young man having Kamala Harris poster, and they was all saying the same thing. They were like, this doesn't make sense. But it's Spike Lee adding Spike Lee stuff into a movie, right? Spike Lee has a very unique way of telling stories and having different symbolisms of things that he believes in for whatever moment. And I think at the moment while they were recording the movie, he believed in Kamala Harris. But I digress on that. So the last part of the movie, right? Young felon. Nobody thought, I'm not going to go into that. The last part of the movie is young felon, right? Young felon is played by A$AP Rocky. And one call out I would say, A$AP Rocky just played the role of A$AP Rocky. He didn't really show no real skill and range of the movie, right? Of his acting skills. But A$AP Rocky played a person named Young Felon. Young Felon was the person that was responsible for kidnapping David King's son. Responsible for doing the kidnapping and having David King pay the ransom, right? So A$AP Rocky now is seeing all types of fame after he was found, after he pled guilty for doing this crime, right? After he pled guilty for doing this crime. Now he's seeing all kinds of fame, all kinds of recognition. He's getting all types of record deals, offers. He's getting everything, right? So he was a struggling artist, went to jail, 35 years old, and now he's getting the recognition that he wants as far as his music, right? #1 streaming through the charts all over the world, right? All over the world, that people are now streaming Young Felon music, aka ASAP Rocky. But he's facing a 25-year prison sentence. He's ecstatic about this. He's happy that he's getting this recognition now. He's feeling like, oh my God, I'm getting this award. People loving me. People now enjoying my music. At the course of 25 years of your life. Mind you, this man was 35 years old. He already been in jail. He already had priors. He just got out of jail, started doing music. His music now is getting the recognition, even though he's facing 25 years. Just had a son. So what? 25 plus 35 equals what? 70 years old? So, did I do that math right? I think it's 60. 60 years old, right? Yeah. I'm gonna say 60 years old. I was off by 10, my bad. So 60 years old. He's projected to get out of jail at 60 years old. But at the moment, he's happy that he's now getting music recognition. The algorithm rewards engagement, not the ethics. Thanks, Mont. The algorithm rewards the engagement, not the ethics. The system doesn't care why you click, only that you do. And they also said this. Tweets containing moral outrage are 20% more likely to be shared than neutral content. So since he had this buzz, since he had this trial going on, his music skyrocketed. He's the happiest person in the world. Happiest person in the world right now. Even though his son won't be there. He won't be there to see his son grow up. He won't be there with his child mother raising a child together. It's sad. It's sad that that is a currency that people will go towards. That is sad. That's the currency people will go towards because they realize it doesn't matter what my circumstances is in real life as long as I'm popping online. As long as I'm popping online. It doesn't matter. I'm going to be locked up for 25 years. I'm going to sit down for 25 years. As long as my music is popping, I'm good. That was his outlook on life. Not like, damn, I shouldn't have done this. I'm popping now. I'm people loving me now. People love Young Felon. In today's economy, clicks don't care if you're a hero or a villain. They just care that you trend. I hope for all intents purposes, I did not ruin the movie for you guys. I hope I did not ruin it. I think I left out a lot of key details. I think it's still worth seeing. I just give you guys full transparency. Like I said, it is a Spike Lee movie. It is a Spike Lee movie, so it is going to be a lot of Spike Lee-isms in it. And I just be like, why did he do that? Like, I just kept, you can ask Lex. If you have a way to contact Lex, you can ask her. I kept saying, like, why did you do that? Why was he putting that out there for? Well, I was like this. How does it go? Damn,
Why the fuck would you do something like that?
That's how it was in the movie. That's how it was in the movie, because I did not understand a lot of things that was going on with Mr. Spike Lee direction and why he was saying the things that he was saying. But, you know, it's a unique way of storytelling. Like I said, it's like a Quentin Tarantino. Quentin Tarantino does weird, quirky things. Spike Lee does weird, quirky things that is unique to their style of, you know, having a movie. You know, if you guys like The Equalizer, you guys like watching Denzel Washington being the equalizer and beating people up at 60-something years old, and you believe in that kind of stuff, you'll like this movie as well. You'll like the movie as well. But I appreciate y'all rocking with me tonight, man. You know, I'm about to get ready for bed, And like I said, I think you guys should watch it. It's on Apple TV. You guys have a Fire Stick and you have a jailbroken way of watching it. That's another way of watching it. But I think it's a good movie to watch. I appreciate y'all, man. All right, man. Till next time, peace. Real Rap Ron is signing off. Also, before we sign off, make sure you guys download the free workbook, the digital release, so you guys can, if you want to work on detach yourself from the cell phone, detach yourself from social media, that workbook will help you. I'll put it in the comments right here. Once you guys watch the replay, it's be in the pinned comments as well. And you guys watching this on Spotify or listening to this on, what's going on, Keys? If you guys are listening to this on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, it'll be in the show notes. All right, y'all. Peace. Appreciate y'all.